Hello, welcome back to AG Engineering. This is a little while on from the what was I last doing? The footrest bars on the normal footrest. So this is a little while later than that. I've got a brake caliper for this one. This is off a Yamaha, and as you can no doubt see there, if I get that right up to the camera, we've got a broken off bleed nipple, and joy of joys, it's got a broken piece of stud extractor or file or something in it as well. So first job's to get that little bit out of the middle of there. I've got set up here the little drill press. This is a little cheap one off eBay. I use it usually for picking up centre pops and locating hole centres accurately. It's quite high speed, 8,500 RPM, maximum no load speed. So it's ideal for small drill bits and particularly carbide drill bits, which is what we've got there. About a 3mm solid carbide drill bit, which is hopefully going to drill down the centre of there. We'll just pop him in there ready. Just as an extra little bit on this, I'm going to try and give this a little bit of heat on the hardened part, just to see if we can soften it a little bit. So just, you can see that there. It's quite awkward trying to pose for the camera. Okay, back on. Obviously this blow lamp doesn't like the matte gas cylinder there, so we'll do it with propane. So I'm just going to try and get a little bit of heat just onto that bleed nipple there. Hopefully the bit of heat will help to soften the hardened part. The casting's just starting to get a little bit warm now. And what I'll do, I'll leave that to cool again. So I'll leave that to cool again, then come back in a little while when we can get that in the vise ready to drill. So back in a while. And we're back, and I've got the casting still a little bit warm to the touch, clamped in the vise there, and I've got the bleed nipple as vertical as I can judge it by eye. Some soft jaws each side of the vise holding that. Oh, you probably, what's up, Dibner? Dibs. We've got Dibner in with us. He likes watching in the background. He wants to go out. I don't know if you've seen Dibner on any videos before, but there's Dibner. We sadly lost his brother the other week, didn't we, Dibner, to a thing that affects cats called ATE. Very sad day. The wife's still upset about it, so go on then. Right, he'll probably want to come back in very soon, knowing Dibner. So I'll just drop that down closer there. And make sure we've got a reasonable view of it. Yes, I think we have. Okay. A little bit of cutting oil on there. And basically flat out. You're going to see with my hand there, are you? Off that a little bit. See what we've got. Moving it, although it's fast, this little drill, it's not very powerful. It stalls quite easy. I think it's only a sewing machine motor in there. So if you can see that there, getting a little bit closer than that. So we've got a hole through into there. Let's see how deep that goes. So we're in. We're around about 5mm or so. Now the question when you're doing these things is whether you risk, you keep going until you're through, which is the ideal, which if it didn't have a drill bit broken off in, I almost certainly would do. But for now, I think, yeah, we'll have another little go. Just line her up again. This is just floating about so it can effectively find its own centre. puncture. Oh, just caught that. It's just on the verge of breaking through there, and it just jammed up. As you all know, with carbide it's very hard, but it's very brittle. So that was probably a lucky escape there. Right. Fortunately, again, as I say, the drill's not very powerful, which in that case has been an advantage. So, where do we go with this next? Probably go up on drill size, and I think it's fairly central, that. In fact, I think I can feel it just going through into the... Yeah, there's a little step there. Probably a little broken bit. So we'll go up. Bear with me a minute, I'm just going to go and get the stud extractors. With stud extractors, you want to be using good ones. Them sort of cheap, couple of quid a set that come in sort of a little plastic box. The screw, coarse screw thread type. Just don't even go there. Maybe if you're using Dormer or some good known make, you might stand a chance, but avoid the cheap ones. You might as well just snap them straight off in there. So, talking of snapping, so I've got here, as you see, it's set a snap on. Short type stud extractors, and you want to be using the biggest stud extractor you can kind of get away with. Now, considering someone's already had one go with this, I'm going to go very gingerly with it and try and judge what size to go up to. Right, they give you on them there the recommended drill size, and in the chart with these there's also a recommended diameter. These I think are about 8mm, about an M8, so about 5/16. So it's saying sort of 3/16 there. I think we can probably go a little bit bigger than that for our drill size. 8. Well, there's our 3/16. That's its recommended size for 5/16. Let me just measure. Yeah, round about M8, so that's a 5/16 bolt, we'll class that as. So it's recommending a 3/16 drill bit and the 3/16 extractor. Let's see what we can do. About 4.7. What I'll use here for this, just in case there's any hard bits left in there, this is a set of M35 cobalt drill bits. So we'll go with a a 4.5. That's well into the thread, that, isn't it? Okay. 4.5mm drill bit. The other consideration, actually, thinking about it, is how deep we can get. So the 4.5 just about. Yeah, we'll chance it. And swap that over. Set another carbide drill bit out. See if that's done any damage on there. No, that's looking good still. Bit of oil again. Okay, I just put the drill back together and just gone down with a 4mm drill bit there. I'm starting to hit something hard again at the bottom. Just about, so I don't want to go any further. So, tap that well in there. And what I am going to do is put a little bit of heat on it again. Let's just get rid of all this. So I'm just going to warm the casting just in the local area. I'm just looking for any signs of bubbling around the outside of the thread there as well. Okay, see what happens. No. Don't go. Ooh, that's warm. The problem with these is knowing how much force to use on the extractors. What you don't want to do is break them off, as in the last case. Right, I've had another couple of goes with it hot, so now we'll try the opposite. We'll try some cold. This is shock and unlock, which is freezing spray combined with the rust. rust remover type of agent, and a penetrating oil. I've got a good spray with that. Still warm. And we'll give it a few more taps with a punch. No, this is plain hardball. If it hadn't got that hardened bit in the bottom, I'd have just gone for straight drilling it out. But as I'm hitting hard bits, I'm likely to break off another drill bit or something into it. So I'm set up at the other drill. I'm going to take it out to 5mm and go with the bigger stud extractor. And let's see how that goes, get as much of it out as I can. Hitting the hard bit at the bottom again at that. Back to the bench in a moment. So that's what we're looking like so far. Whether or not you can see in that hole, I've got two holes. I've got the one where the carbide drill went down, and one that's as far as a cobalt drill will reach. Now I'm through to, you can see now I'm through to the actual bleed hole itself, which is a little bit offset. That's a little bit odd. What may be going on here is that the end of the bleed nipple, it probably been tightened in that tight that the end of the bleed nipple's kinked over. And sort of jammed the bleed screw in the casting. So yeah, that's just about deep enough to get that. I'm going to warm it up again and have another go. I'll do it off camera to save some footage and see if it actually turns. When I get it turned, I'll bring the camera back, or if I get it turning, I'll bring the camera back. Oh, we're back again. After quite a bit of time, I've drilled through again, and I kind of got somewhere near to the bottom of it. And we've now got a wiggling, I think, a wiggling stud. So I'm hoping with a little bit of working, a bit of washing through, I am hoping to be able to unscrew that. At this stage I don't know what sort of condition I've left the hole in, with it being a bleed nipple hole, whether it's even salvageable. But we're not giving up on it yet. Every time we wiggle a little bit more junk and gunk is trying to come out. I must say this is about one of the worst ones I've had in a long time. If you can see that in there, that is wiggling loose, or some of it is. May only be half of it actually. There are no hard and fast rules with this sort of thing. You've just got to make it up. Ooh, a little bit of it off. Make it up as you go along. And there are also no specific tools . What I'm aiming to do is collapse the shell of the thread in as much as possible, and try and pull it out. There we go. There it is. Now I'll assess what sort of damage we've got on the seat and whether it's even recoverable. But that was a tough one. Very tough. I'll be back to you in a moment when I've cleaned up. Right, that's the broken bleed nipple out. It's not left the thread very good at all, but I think it measures at M7. A 6mm drill bit slides on the inside of that thread, just nice. So I'm going to try and go to M8 with it. I've got it in the little vise here. I've lined it up vertically by putting a couple of drill bits in, one in the chuck, one in the caliper there, so we've got a vertical alignment. So we'll have a go at re-drilling that. A bit of lubricant. I'm just leaving it to float so it finds its own centre. And then what I'm trying to do is just get enough depth to recut a seat at the bottom. Whether or not, I'm just looking at that, no, that isn't going to work, I'm afraid. No, my original hole drilled through with having hard bits in there went off centre, so let's see if you can see that in there. So we've got a hole off to one side, which is a great shame because I could have almost recovered that. So our other option now is to tap that to M8 and put a banjo bolt bleed nipple in there, or come up with something that'll fit in there. So we'll get a thread tapped into that and see what it looks like. I'm set up for tapping. I've got tap and tap handle there with a spring loaded back centre, so we stay in alignment. Let's take that out and do it over here by hand so all the bits fall out.